Hey guys, it's Fire Ginger Wolf back here with a Guild Wars video. For this video, we're playing with a condition healing build. So it'll be a Necromancer condition healing build. So the idea is there's a couple traits that allow us to increase a heal based off of our condition. So hopefully the idea is that we're doing enough condition damage to benefit from hopefully not healing constantly and being also be able to convert it into barriers. So we're going to run through that here, those traits and stuff really quick, do the two games as usual, and then we will go over stuff between games and at the end. So, all right. So we'll start here with Soul Reaping. So a lot of these are similar, except for one trait line is now different. So Soul Reaping, Gluttony increases the amount of life force gained from all sources. Soul Marks, marks become unblockable and generate life force when triggered. Sinister Shroud, Shroud skills gain reduced recharge. Vital Persistence, gain vitality, your income healing is increased, which hopefully will help this build. Soul Battery, maximum life force is increased. And Dumbfire, Shroud skill 1 inflicts burning on your target. We have Curses, Bard Precision, critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding, increases bleed duration. Insidious Disruption, disabling a foe inflicts torment on them. Furious Demise, gain fury when entering Shroud, gain additional precision. Master Corruptions, corruptions gain reduced recharge time and inflict additional conditions on you. Target the weak, increase critical hit chance for each condition on the foe. Gain condition damage based on your precision. And then we have Parasitic Contagion. Percentage of your condition damage heals you, which is 10%, and healing will not occur while life force replaces health, so we will not get this effect while we're in Shroud, but we will outside of that. And then we have Blood Magic. We have Mark of Evasion, leave a mark of blow when you dodge, which triggers regen and bleeding. Blood Bond, cast lesser signet of vampirism when you inflict bleeding on a foe that already has at least 3 stacks of bleeding, which is mark a foe, allied players will siphon life from that enemy. Vampiric, siphon life when you hit a foe. Foes siphon health and transfer it to you. Vampiric Presence, you and your allies heals. You and your nearby allies siphon health with attacks. This effect increases while in Shroud. Last Rites, as long as you are not downed, allies near you do not bleed out if they are down. Gaining health, gain healing power based on your current health. And Blood Bank, gaining health grants a proportionate amount of barrier. Conversion amounts increases while at full health. So we're at full health, we get 100%, and when we're healing, we get 10% of that. So hopefully this works. Or 100% is barrier, 10% is healing, I think is how it works. Or maybe it's just 100% while at full health and 10% of that if we're not at full health. So those are traits. Like I said, this is the new line along with this. So we'll see how well this works. For skills, we have Consume Conditions. Feast on your conditions, gain health, and for each one consumed, you become vulnerable and become blind. Corrupt Boon here. Poison yourself and transform boons on foe into negative conditions, which hopefully will help more healing. Blood is power. Bleed yourself to grant might to allies around you and bleed your target while tormenting ourselves. Signet of Spite improves power as the passive, and then the active is inflict blinding, bleeding, blindness, cripple, poison, torment, vulnerability, weakness. And then we have Plague Lands, create a virulent cloud that inflicts conditions on foes in the area. This plague inflicts additional conditions every second persist, inflict bleeding and poison on ourselves. So hopefully I said a lot of conditions will hopefully lead to us healing quite a bit, along with getting barriers. Hopefully the idea is that we hopefully do not die. That's the thought about this. For weapons, we have the staff, the Scepter and Dagger, and then the staff. So we'll start with the Scepter here. We lost, by the way, a lot of condition damage without Lingering Curse. We'll see how well this works. We have the Chain, which bleeds on all 3 attacks and poisons in the last one. The summon the Grasping Dead, summon hands to cripple and bleed areas in the enemies in the area. Feast of Corruption, strike your target, gain life force and corrupt boon on your foe. For each condition on your target up to the threshold, gain additional life force and inflict torment. Deathly Swarm, unleash an insect swarm to blind and transfer conditions to your enemies. And then Inflaming Blood, inflict weakness, convert a condition, and bleed the opponent. And then we have the staff. We have the Grasp Hand that damages lions and grants life force. And the Mark, which we read earlier, applies regen and bleeding within the area when triggered. chill bales inflicts poison and chill when triggered. Putrid Mark gets rid of transfers conditions to enemies when triggered, and the Reaper's Mark and Shroud Mark that inflicts fear on those when triggered. And then we'll go through the Shroud skills here quick. Dumbfire lasts a skill which burns. Dark Path causes bleed that chills. Doom fears. Shroud steals life force, and Tainted Shackles pulsing out conditions that break. Yeah, so binding, pulsing conditions, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the idea. We have Carrion for power, vitality, condition damage. I wonder if actually that would be... I wonder if healing would work better. I don't have healing power on this. That would be something I can try in a future variant. Is trying to grab a healing power with condition damage. Rune of Scavenging, condition damage, vitality, poison duration, and convert 7% of your vitality and condition damage. And then for both weapon sets, we have the Sigil of Agony and Sigil of Venom for bleeding duration and poison duration increase. Sorry. So the idea is that we basically are trying to deal as much condition damage as possible, which will heal us, and then percentage of that healing gets converted into barrier. So hopefully we're gaining health and barrier, which hopefully will keep us alive. That is the main idea of this build. So we'll see how well it works. Like I said, we lost out on a lot of condition damage and duration from this. So we'll see how well this works. I forgot that those replaced that replaced it. But hopefully it works. I mean, we might not do as much, but there's definitely different variants of this build we can try, which will hopefully work for us well. So again, we'll see how that goes. I'd like to get this chest today. That would be great for this video. Means I gotta win the next two. Means I gotta win the next 2 games. So we'll see how well that goes. Alright, let's see if there's anything else I can sell in here. Not really. Okay, that's okay. But like I said, I put up a video last night, or was it Sunday, Monday, Saturday, that kind of showed all the future builds I have planned, and I said every other week or every other week probably, I'll go through the ones that I've completed, new ones I've thought of while doing videos and stuff like that. So because as you go through the traits and looking for these builds, I definitely find little things that might work for a build. So I'm definitely been adding some already. This will be the second one I've done after that video went up, and I think I've already got, I want to say 1 for sure that I put up, 1 extra video, 1 other idea. So just trying to make sure I kind of share with you guys what's coming up for videos. Obviously I'm not, giving out the whole idea, but the idea, hopefully the name of the build gives you an idea and kind of has your guys' interest. So we'll see how that goes. So hopefully you guys are excited to see the rest of those. I think next is the Elementalist, I think, if that's what I remember seeing in my login screen. I think Elementalist is next. And don't worry, it's not going to be a healing build this time, because I did all 4 of those were healing builds, and I'm not going to touch those for quite a bit. So, sorry about that, but those were really, really good builds. So, alright, well, while we're waiting, never mind, we're not waiting. Let's get these last 2 people to ready up. I want to try this build out. Come on. Thank you. If we get extra condition damage, that's just going to increase our healing and how fast hopefully we can put enemies down on the ground. And the nice thing is that we have the corrupt boons and stuff. Those can put conditions on us. But then we also get rid of them, hopefully, which that will trigger the healing process. So we're already going to slowly start getting that health back after we get rid of them, which will be genuinely nice. So we'll see how well that goes. But yeah, like I said, this hopefully will work. just as well as I hope it will. We'll see if we actually do enough condition damage for these two to actually semi be effective. But the problem is the condition heals, and if you're not doing a lot of condition damage, this doesn't trigger a whole lot. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, if that makes sense. Gaining health. Okay, so 10% of the condition damage done gets converted into healing, and then 100% of that 10% I think gets converted into barrier. I think that's how the math works. I think. We'll see. I don't know. I was just excited to try this build because I know it's a little different. The other ones we're dealing as much condition damage as possible. This is in a way, but it's also trying to keep us alive. So we'll see if it actually works out the way I hope it does. So, well, here we go with game number 1. Make sure I'm clicking the right buttons.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
It looks like I'm going home.
An enemy ship is pulling into the harbor. It's the Capricorn.
I was hoping not, but it's okay, I guess.
Attack my target.
So the main stat we're going to be looking at throughout the games and at the end is going to be the healing stat, because that's where a lot of the stat that we're looking at is going to come into play.
Captured.
Just gonna get rid of those conditions.
The bazaar is yours.
Time to do something damage.
Nice work.
You've taken the archway.
Not bad.
Be ready to give the signal and return fire once the cannons are loaded.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Nice work, guys.
Attack my target.
Try and run to...
Cannons loaded. Ring the bell to signal them to fire. The bazaar is yours.
Barely.
Oh, come on. Oh, what? I thought I feared. Of course, I don't run that fast, so that doesn't help. Am I gonna get over there in time? Just gonna drop a bunch of conditions and see how that goes. There we go. Only 52,000, which is a lot lower than I thought it was gonna be.
Red team, ring the bell. Fire all cannons.
Come on.
Be ready to give the signal and return fire once the cannons are loaded.
Nice work, guys.
They've taken the bazaar from you.
Nice work.
Attack my target.
Nice work.
Cannons loaded. Ring the bell to signal them to fire.
You won't even get to capture Bill.
The bazaar is yours.
Nice work. Oh man.
Your team is victorious.
Alright, well. Okay, only 52,000. I didn't get in a lot of fights. Like, I mean, which the point is obviously, you know, to not be up front, because we can do a lot of condition damage, which is good. But also, it didn't seem like we were getting that much barrier, as I thought we would be from, the abilities. It felt like we weren't getting, all the nice, that nice healing that I thought we were going to be getting. It didn't seem to be as much. So I guess that was in a sense kind of frustrating, because I'm like, but we weren't in a lot of situations where we were needing to heal. But if we mainly, I guess the one way we could tell for sure was when we'd cast the corruption skills on ourselves. We'd be taking damage from them. Sorry, I'm just gonna bounce over here quick. We would get rid of it. We'd start getting hurt as soon as I get to the spot. I'll stay put. Sorry, I should just stay over here. But when you cast these on yourself, you are hurting yourself. So I guess the one measure of how fast we heal is based off of how fast our health comes back after we get rid of those conditions are on us, taking damage, then we transfer them, how fast our health goes back up. I think that's kind of the big thing about how much do we heal. Because we heal 10% of the condition damage do we deal. So the more condition damage we deal, the more health we get. And again, this is a lot of, with the Scepter, especially, you get the extra, your condition damage increased by a good amount, they last longer, and then this Devouring Darkness hits multiple foes. This skill just hits one foe. So you lose out on that extra condition damage, duration, AoE effect, but we get some healing in the process. So the main way to see how much we're healing for is we cast the corruption skills on ourselves, we hopefully get rid of the conditions, and then we just continue to use the scepter as much as possible to see how fast our health gets back up. As soon as that starts to work back up, I think that's the way we need to go. So, overall, it seemed good. It's hard to tell how well efficient it was. Sorry, just 1 second here. It was just, it's hard to tell. But I think with maybe a different, maybe a different elite specialization, it would work better. But the problem is, again, you have to have, in order for this condition heal to build that I wanted to work, I wanted to have both the blood bank and the persistent contagion. That's completely wrong. Active. So basically Soul Reap goes away, so we lose out on the marks being unblockable, which kind of sucks. We lose the incoming healing, and we also lose the Shroud Skill 1 being enhanced. So this build may not work as well in other variants, but I still want other elite specializations, but I still want to try it to see, because maybe with some of the other elite specializations, because we get with the Reaper, I'm looking here, shield deals damage over time, which can be good from the staff skill. Chill lasts longer. When you inflict fear, you also chill, so you have extra ways to deal it. Scourge can have a lot of condition damage with the torch, and then the Harbinger's got the pistols. So I think you have ways to do it. It may not be as efficient, or maybe better than the base one. So like I said, it's just trying out different things and see what works and what doesn't. And again, I know I keep saying this, but the main way to know if it's effective or not is we cast the corruption skills, get rid of them, and then we watch our health bar. And if that kind of goes up at a good rate, we know that it works, as long as there's conditions. If there's no conditions applied, we're not healing for that amount. But I mean, even like I said, the more conditions you're stacking, especially with the scepter, yeah, it's only 6.5 seconds and 8 seconds, but that slowly starts to add up over time. So it's, yeah, losing that lingering curse trait sucks. In case you guys are curious, 797 for bleeding and 1,000 jumps up almost a couple hundred, because you get the duration increase and the condition damage increase stat, which, yeah, sucks, because even like these things do more damage too. Well, some of them do. Yeah, so you lose out on that extra condition damage, which again sucks. But I wanted to try something different, because I've done a lot of condition damage. Well, I guess again, this is a condition damage build. And this is more of try to keep yourself alive in a fight is the overall goal of this, instead of just doing as much as possible. So very similar. I know I'll keep doing some builds that are similar to each other, but it's just trying different things and see what works. And decent. It worked the first game. So we'll see how it does on our second game here, which is the map I wanted the first game, but we didn't get it. So, alright. And I said I'll go through that future build video every other week or so. That you guys can kind of see what are the new ones that I want to do at some point, which ones I did already. So if you guys want to go, oh, he did that one, you can go check that out. And just what else, other ideas I've got going, because I kind of went through them briefly. So when I go through it in the future videos, the only ones I would be going through would be probably just the newer ones since I last did the video, which obviously is going to be changing. The videos are not going to be too long. They shouldn't be more than 10 minutes, I think. But it's just to kind of show what's coming up and other stuff, I guess. I think I thought of one last night when I was doing my Ranger one. But I can kind of think of a couple for this one. but well, I guess I haven't really thought anything. So it's a trial and error and messing around with the game. So, which again is the fun part. So. Alright, here we go with game number 2, by the way. So, my desk switched spots, and I like it. It's just weird.
The match starts soon.
Cause you guys, I used to be over here originally, like a long time ago. Went over to the other side of the room, and now I'm back over here. So I'm moved around quite a bit.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs. You've lost Dragon. You've captured Lion.
You're in my sights.
You've captured the field.
Replenishing. Time to do some real damage.
Oh shoot! Oh, are you kidding me? Thank you. Alright, let's see how fast we can heal. A couple hundred every second or so, which is good. The barrier isn't as much as I was hoping for, so that might be something we can change.
Time to do some real damage.
Just gonna drop this right here.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
Replenishing.
Can I do something, like, useful?
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
Replenishing. I'm bleeding.
Dang it, didn't get over fast enough. $41. We're gonna get more damage and more healing than I think than last game. That's not good. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. We had a guy down.
You've lost the field. You've captured Lion.
Time to do some real damage.
Red team has obtained an artifact. You've lost Dragon. The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. Blue team has obtained an artifact.
Attack my target!
The artifacts have reached maximum power.
There we go. Ouch. Got that Reaper sword there in mid, which isn't good.
Time to do some real damage.
Can I do something? That'd be awesome right now.
Blue team has obtained
No.
an artifact.
No, come on, let me do something. Oh my gosh. No! Oh my god. I don't know how. I don't know how I pulled that off.
Blue team has obtained an artifact.
I don't know how I did that. Holy cow.
You've captured the field.
Wow. That was insane.
Attack my target!
I don't think they're very happy with me right now. Is someone going to our home?
You've captured Dragon.
Can I, like, seriously just do something useful?
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
Yeah, I did it.
I feel good.
I can get like 2 of them down at the same time.
The artifacts have reached
They got mid.
maximum power.
They got mid.
Your team is victorious.
That second game, I got my gold, which is happy about. Top kills, top damage, and top healing. I think if you could hit, especially it's condition damage. So if you're targeting only one player, you get less healing and less barrier. If you hit all or all 5 or more than one, that healing number goes up. So yes, you may be hurting yourself with those corruption skills, but if you can trigger that on an enemy, like especially in enemies, it works really good. And I dropped all 4 because I consumed these before. I dropped the Putrid Mark. They were all within the area. I went in, I dropped Plague Lands, and I just tried to drop as many conditions as I could as possible. And that worked amazing. I don't know if the healing did a whole lot, but when you had that, I had Bleed, Poison, Bleed, Torment. It was all decent damage. When I hit all of them at the same time, that healing was stacking up really, really quickly, along with that barrier amount. Which I think is why I was able to why I stayed alive so long. I have to go back and rewatch it. But I think that's why I stayed alive so long, is because I had all those conditions. And then having Plague Lands drops, 9 pulses? Which is insane. Each does a decent, it's not as much condition damage as I want it to be, but it drops conditions which have unique effects which can help. So I think, I want to say great build, but I think this is only good just because it lacked that condition damage. I think of effective healing, but if you can get that healing going with lots of condition damage and multiple enemies, that healing and that barrier are going to be there for you when you need them. So yeah, overall I think a good build. So hopefully you guys think the same. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build and the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.